is a sultry summer Sunday afternoon here at Rangers Ballpark. Just a few puffy clouds floating by. A warm afternoon as the Rangers look to heat it up once again, taking on the Houston Astros. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Graves, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us on this final home game before the All-Star break for the Rangers. They'll finish up today and go on the road for 7. But today, a big game as far as the Rangers are concerned about finishing off a homestand the right way. A win today, you have a winning homestand. They're going to rely on the middle of the order, and that has changed a little bit. You go back 14 days ago, Nelson Cruz wasn't hitting third. He's hitting third now, and both Cruz and Beltre are benefiting.
Yeah, most of the season, Nelly was hitting fifth, sometimes sixth. He never had Adrian Beltre hitting behind him.
Yeah.
That seems to be pleasing him quite a bit. Over the last couple of weeks, with Adrian hitting behind Nelly, Nelly has hit over 300, continues to pound the ball. He's hit 4 home runs in those 13 games. Adrian has thrived, too. He's hit 346 over the last 13 games. What the Rangers really need is for the rest of the lineup to get hot with him, and then things will be going along pretty well.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a rocky road for the Rangers offensively this entire year, but, pretty good building blocks, though, when you get those two guys in the middle, tuning it up a bit. Well, we'll see what happens here this afternoon. Justin Grimm looking to become an 8-game winner today. He will take on the Houston Astros. We'll have the lineups of the first pitch for you coming up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. By AT&T UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. And by Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. Well, a very warm and humid, breezy Sunday afternoon at Rangers Ballpark. The Rangers just about getting ready to take the field. The youngsters out there on a Sunday tradition. One at each spot. They will get the autographs from the respective Ranger position players when they take the field. And the Rangers headed out there right now. We're headed down to the field where Rick Renner is standing by. Rick?
Hey, Buzz, well, we know at least 3 Rangers are going to the All-Star game. HOU Darvish, Nelson Cruz, and Joe Nathan. HOU Darvish going back-to-back years to the Midsummer Classic, which is July 16th at Citi Field up there in New York. And HOU's got a chance of starting the game because he'll be the only pitcher out of that bunch that are working on 4 days rest. Joe Nathan, 6-time All-Star, second as a Ranger. And how about Nelly Cruz, who has also got some New York ties because Nathan's from there, but Nelly's got his mom and dad and cousins up there. He's been the most productive hitter for the Rangers this year with 22 home runs and 66 RBIs. That's got the praise of one Joe Nathan.
The one guy in here we hoped and thought was very deserving of it was Nelly. How productive he's been this year. How stable he's been, very consistent, playing every day. So we knew that was one guy we wanted a chance to get over there and play in this All-Star game. Obviously, without him, who knows where we are.
That's your Geico quote of the day, and the Rangers can get a 4th into the game. Tanner Scheppers, you can do it on the final fan vote at MLB.com, TexasRangers.com, and his wife's got a Twitter campaign called Take Tanner, and we hope they do. Buzz?
All right, Rick, thank you very much. Now, Bo Porter's club winning last night in slugging fashion, 9-5. And here's the Astros batting order this afternoon. Jose Altuve leads things off. Brett Wallace bats second. Carlos Corporan is catching today, batting third. The DH is Carlos Pena. Mark Krause is in left field, hitting fifth. J.D. Martinez is in right. Brandon Barnes in center. The third baseman is Matt Dominguez. And batting ninth is the shortstop, Jake Elmore.
And our Budweiser scouting report for Justin Grimm. Winning record, his ERA is close to 6, 5.84. He's had 15 starts. Given up the long ball in his last 6 starts, 29 innings. He's given up 9 home runs. 1 career start against Houston. He would love to duplicate that. That was last season. Very nice start.
Well, the Ranger defense backing up Justin Grimm tonight has a little bit different look to it. You have Murphy, Martin, and Cruz left, center, right. No change there. Robinson Chirinos, though, gets the start at first. Kinsler and Andrews up the middle. Jurickson and Profar spelling Adrian Beltre at third. A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate. Justin Grimm is on the mound here this afternoon. Umpiring crew as Jeff Nelson calling the balls and strikes. Ed Hickox at first base. Jim Joyce, the crew chief, at second. And Corey Blazer is over at third. Now the Rangers come in, again, half a game behind the Oakland A's in the American League West. Rangers at 50-37. They have run their record now to 26-19 at home. It has been a little bit difficult. They're 4-4 the first 8 games of this 9-game homestand. We'll finish up here this afternoon.
Because I would think, based on someone hitting out of order yesterday, it looked like the umpires were talking about the lineup card with Ron Washington. San Francisco had a situation where their electronic scoreboard for their lineup that they had in their clubhouse was different than the lineup that the manager put out there. Buster Posey got an RBI double in the first inning. Don Mattingly brought it to the umpire's attention. He was called out. He hit again, flied out to the outfield, and they ended up not scoring. But the manager spent a couple of minutes with Ron Washington looking at the lineup. Don't know if that was what it was about or not.
Yeah, so Posey made 2 outs and 1 at bat.
Yeah.
That's basically what it came down to. Yeah, that was good.
Got robbed out of an RBI double, though.
Here's Altuve in the first pitch up under his chin and all the way to the backstop. And Altuve, whoa, my goodness. Where'd that come from?
Justin Grimm's probably wondering the same thing. Jeez.
Well, at 5'5", it didn't have to be terribly high to get over Altuve's head, but that was in a bad area.
That was in the danger zone.
Hard hit ball, diving stop. Elvis gets to his feet, throws and got it. Elvis Andrus. What a play on the first hitter of the game.
That's one of the better plays Elvis has made this year. For a couple of reasons. Number one, it was a smash. He didn't have much time. He used his quickness and a dive to catch it. And he's got a fast runner running to first base, so he has no time. And you get up and fire it. You got to hope you have a good grip on the ball when you get it. He must have. He had a lot on the throw. So instead of a leadoff single, it's a 6-3 and 1 up, 1 down for Justin Grimm.
He impressed Jim Joyce, the umpire out there. He turned around and said something to Joyce, and Jim Joyce said, "Wow."
Elvis probably said, "How'd you like that one, Jim?" Did you ever make a play like that?
Yeah. Red Wallace now the hitter, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Wallace, 193, 3 home runs, 9 driven in. Grimm back to the plate. Hard hit ball, but right at Chirinos down at first. Robinson takes it to the bag, wins that race. 2 gone. Well, Grimm's had a couple of hard hit balls, but pretty good leather thrown out there by the Rangers thus far. With 2 away, Carlos Corporan, the catcher this afternoon, will step in. Astros coming in last in the American League with their .235 team average. They are 13th out of 15 with 333 runs. And they're also last in on-base percentage, down below 300. And Corporan, first ball swinging, pops it up. Profar, the third baseman, into foul territory. And it's a very quick and easy 6-pitch first inning for Justin Grimm of the Rangers. 3 up and 3 down. A half inning in the books. Astros nothing. Rangers coming up. Fox Sports Southwest. Rangers coming to bat, and their starting lineup is delivered by DeMontron RV. Ian Kinsler leads off. Elvis Andrus is next, then Nelly Cruz. Adrian Beltre gets partial day off. He's the DH today. A.J. Pierzynski bats 5th, and Jurickson Profar is 6th. He's playing third base. David Murphy in left field. Robinson Chirinos at first base, hitting 8th, and batting 9th, the center fielder Leonis Martin.
On the mound, Eric Bedard, 3-4, a 4.59 ERA, 17 games, 15 starts. Had a career-high 6 walks in his last start against Tampa Bay. He's pitched significantly better at home than he has on the road. Almost 3.5 runs better at home than it's been on the road. He's had a very good relief outing opening day against the Rangers, and a start where he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and a couple of runs, struck out 7 and only walked 1.
So Bedard, the 34-year-old left-hander, on the hill, and he's facing Ian Kinsler to start things off. And the first pitch is popped up. Shallow left field. Elmore, the shortstop, going back and making the call and the catch. And on one pitch, Kinsler is out. One away for Elvis Andrews. Take a look at the Houston defense this afternoon. Mark Krause is in left field. Barnes in center. Martinez is in right. Wallace at first. Altuve and Elmore up the middle. Matt Dominguez at third. Carlos Corporan is the catcher. And Eric Bedard, the Canadian-born left-hander, on the hill. Elvis Andrews steps in hitting .243. No home runs. 30 driven in. He has not particularly enjoyed his time against Bedard, as those numbers will tell you. 3 for 17. Takes the first pitch a little bit high for ball one.
Bedard used to throw harder than he throws right now, but he's always had the good curveball. His last 10 starts, he's pitched well. 7 of those 10 starts, he's given up 2 earned runs or less. Generally, he's the kind of guy that if you make him throw strikes, you'll get his pitch count up after 5 innings, 5 or 6 innings.
2-0 pitch coming to Elvis. Fouled back, and it's 2-1.
He's also a guy that's been hurt a lot. He's been on the disabled list 8 times in his career. Last year he was with Pittsburgh, got off to a good start, faltered, and then was released at the end of August last year by the Pirates.
Bedard to the wind. The 2-1 to Andrews. Fouled away, and the count's even. Elvis getting things kind of back in order. Boy, he's taken a couple of steps forward, then a step or 2 back, and got a modest 3-game hitting streak going. He's seen him go 3 for 11. But he's hit safely in 12 of 15. After a long dry spell, hitting below 200 for 30 games or so. High and tight, and the count is full now to Andrews. So Elvis trying to get aboard with 1 out. He'll be followed by the Ranger right fielder, Nelson Cruz.
Bedard pitched one of the better games that's ever been pitched in our ballpark against the Rangers a number of years ago.
High ball 4.
Remember that game, Bud?
Yeah,
he struck out like 15 guys.
Strikeouts, yeah. That was 2007, I believe. Let's go back.
One of those games where he just totally dominated the Ranger offense that day.
Yeah, 2007, July. As a matter of fact, it was exactly 6 years ago today.
6 years ago today.
That, as you mentioned, though, this is a different Eric Bedard than we saw back then.
Now. Yep, I think the age, he's 34 years old, and injuries have taken their toll to a certain degree.
Now I was aboard with the walk. Here's Nelly Cruz. And the first pitch is high for ball 1. Now, the cold hard fact is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. All American League outfielders in both home runs and RBI. One ball, no strikes. Bedard back to the plate. That changeup floats way out of the zone. It's 2-0. Cruz with the 22 home runs, tied for 5th in the American League overall. He's tied for 3rd with the 66 RBI. Bedard, a long look in. Now the left-hander's ready. A check of first. And he hits the inside corner. Fastball makes it 2-1.
A number of years ago, the Orioles made a great trade when they traded Bedard to Seattle. They got Adam Jones, their all-star center fielder. They got Chris Tillman, who's been one of their most consistent starters this year. Bedard never did a whole lot for Seattle. Pitched that game we're talking about. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But Seattle never accomplished what they tried to accomplish with that trade. Get over the hump, be a strong contender, and watch Bedard win 15 or 17 games for him. That just didn't happen.
3 balls, 1 strike the count. Cruz waiting with that wide open stance. Elvis the lead at first. And Bedard's pitch inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks, 2 aboard with 1 out. And Adrian Beltre is coming up.
Well, we mentioned in the scouting report for Bedard that he walked 6 in his last start. That was a career high. He's walked a couple, obviously, already in this game. Pays to be patient against him.
Now we'll take a look at the Ford leaderboard in the American League. Gives you the hit leaders. And Cabrera leading things with 121. But right down there, right behind Mike Trout, is Adrian Beltre with 106. That's good for 5th in the American League. Boy, one guy we were going to see tomorrow, starting tomorrow, Manny Machado. Youngster, the third baseman for the Orioles, 2nd in the American League. Well, here's Beltre, 309 the average, 17 home runs, 46 driven in. Andrus at second, Cruz at first, and the first pitch is low for ball 1. Beltre in his last 4 games. There's an 8-game hitting streak statistic for you, 438. But the last 4 games against the Astros, Beltre has had 3 home runs and he's hit 529. Chance here to not only extend that streak, but give the Rangers an early lead. Bedard okays the sign, and the left-hander sets. Popped him up. First base side, infield fly rule will be in effect. Wallace makes the catch. That is out number 2, and it'll be up to A.J. Pierzynski to get something done here in the first.
He got a pretty good pitch to hit, had a pretty good swing. He just got underneath it a little bit. Same thing with Ian. Ahead in the count, great pitch to hit. Just didn't connect. That hasn't happened much over the last 3 weeks.
Sure has.
He's gotten a good pitch and he has connected.
No, 2 outs. Pierzynski to the plate, hitting .275. Got Andrus at second, Cruz at first. Both of them aboard by the base on balls. AJ waiting for the first pitch from Bedard. Big slow hook is just a bit outside for ball 1. Well, the numbers on Pierzynski. He has really owned Bedard. Look at that, 462 the average for Pierzynski. Of course, AJ, an extremely good fastball hitter. There's a fastball. It's 1-1. AJ wagging that bat back and forth. He's had a homestand that he just as soon forget. Just 2 for 25. Breaking ball hit high and deep. Right center field. Way back toward the bullpen. Goodbye. A.J. Pierzynski continues to own Eric Bedard. And the Rangers lead 3-0.
Got the ultimate hanging curveball right there and launched it. Gets the Rangers off to a great start in the first inning. One of those 2 hits you mentioned, Buzz, came in that rally the other night that they needed to win a ball game. That gets the Rangers off to a great start. Bedard, I'm sure, tried to throw this ball a little bit more down, a little bit more away, but it hung. And AJ launches it right down the middle of the plate.
I don't know if A.J. was looking breaking ball. I kind of doubt it, but he sure looked like when he was swinging he knew it was coming. And well-timed for A.J. Pierzynski. Now Jurickson Profar, and he takes the first pitch that's high for ball 1.
Well, the catchers have each hit a 3-run homer in the last 2 days.
Yeah, that's right. Jason Castro hit one last night. 1-0 to Profar.
Giovanni Soto had one of his own too.
You're right about that. Catchers Union having a good series.
Yeah, that one by Giovanni tied the game yesterday. Looked like that might be just what the Rangers needed to propel them to a win, but Didn't work out that way.
Strike 2 to Profar. Profar, the switch hitter, up there from the right side. 252 the average, and that is dropping. Erickson on this homestand just 2 for 14. As Bedard goes to the line. Change up missed. It's 2-2. Stepping off A.J. Pierzynski's home run, it came up to 407 feet into the Ranger bullpen. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Carlos Corporan, and bat going all the way back to the screen. Profar's gone. So are the Rangers, but not before they score 3 times on one big swing of the bat by A.J. Pierzynski. Couple of walks, and then A.J. unloaded against Bedard. 1 inning has gone by in Arlington. Rangers 3, Astros nothing. On Fox Sports Southwest.
All right, Buzz, nice crowd here for a Sunday afternoon game. Ranger fans looking for another Ranger win. Community Corner this afternoon. Big happenings before yesterday's game as the Rangers honored nearly 5,000 West residents and also neighboring cities around West. They honored them before the game. Ranger players also wore Support West jerseys. The jerseys were auctioned off, and the proceeds will go to the West Recovery Program. To find out more about that, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. Yeah, what a great day it was for the folks in West, and I know the Rangers were all very, very pleased to be able to do something, give back to that community. 1 ball and 1 strike now as Carlos Pena watches the first strike go by. Pena, a .215 hitter, 8 home runs, 25 driven in. Pena, as almost always, that on-base percentage better than 100 points, higher than his batting average. 1-1, the breaking ball missed. It's 2 balls and a strike. Well, the Rangers with a 3 spot in the first inning, and that is the 3rd time this year. Rangers have put a tray up there in the first frame. Matter of fact, in this series, they came into this series having scored 1 run total in the previous 25 games in the first inning. And put 2 on the board here Friday night in the first, and then 3 today. So it's say goodbye to that little bit of negative information. 3-1 to Pena. Grimm back to the plate and gets a strike on the inner part. Pena batting cleanup. He'll be followed by the left fielder. That's Mark Krause. Carlos, of course, the veteran, originally came up with the Rangers. Drafted by them back in '98. Payoff pitch is low, ball 4. And Pena draws the leadoff walk, and that's not exactly what you want to do after being given a 3-run lead if you're Justin Grimm.
Well, Justin's thrown 12 pitches. Only 5 of them have been strikes. Fortunately, a couple of early outs on 1 ground ball and a pop-up kept the pitch count down. Last pitch was pretty close. Looked like it was right down at the lower end of the strike zone. One of those borderline pitches.
Now Mark Krause steps in. Young outfielder. Played in yesterday's ballgame. Went 3 for 4 in that Astros win. High and tight. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Krause had a pinch hit here on Friday night. So 3 for 5 in the series. Called up from AAA Oklahoma City by the Astros on the 21st of June. 2 balls, no strikes, and Justin Grimm really struggling here in the 2nd inning. A.J. Pierzynski going to go out and have a little chat with him. Catcher's job becomes very difficult until you get to know guys well enough to know which guys are the ones that respond well to a pat on the back and the other guys that respond better to a swift kick in the backside.
I know what you would say. Give him a swift kick anyway and let him worry about it.
There's ball 3. I'm not that bad.
Not quite that bad?
Not quite.
Oh, you give him a swift kick and then say you're sorry?
No, I'd say, come on, let's go. 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball strike.
Here's where you have to be careful. You have to throw a strike. You've walked the leadoff hitter. It's 3-1. He's seen 4 fastballs. This is like the ultimate hitter's count right here.
Sure is. And you know you've got to throw a strike.
You've got to throw a fastball. You've got to throw a strike.
Yep. Fouled away down the left side. That will twist back into the seats. And you know, if you're a pitcher and you see something like that, everything you said is true about the hitter's count. He knew it was coming. He had seen 4 of them, so he knew the speed. And Krause was still late on it.
Yeah.
And if you're standing out there as a pitcher, you say, you know, I can tell him what's coming, and he can't do anything with it.
Ted Williams would be yelling at the hitter right now. You can't be late on that pitch.
Another one fouled back. Pena was on the move. So we'll come back, reset, and try it again.
That was one of Ted's pet peeves. When you have that count, you know, a lot of times you've got a fastball count, but it might not be a fastball. That was a fastball count where it was just about 100% sure it was going to be a fastball.
Yeah.
And in that situation, he would say, you just can't be late.
Pena again on the move. The pitch is hit high in the air to center. Going back is Martin. He's at the wall. It is gone.
He saw 7 straight fastballs and eventually got a hold of one.
Between the wall and the back railing. And Mark Krause, with his first major league home run to dead center field, makes it a 3-2 Ranger lead.
You know, that's one of those cases where he got the fastball, he was late. He got another one, he was late. And Justin's still in the position where he has to throw him a strike. And after a couple of swings and 7 straight fastballs, he finally got a hold of it. That at bat was a hitter's dream.
So there have been 3 walks in the game. They have all scored. 2 for the Rangers and 1 now for the Astros. A 2-run home run by Mark Krause. 3-2 they score now, and all of a sudden we've got a different looking ball game as J.D. Martinez takes a strike. And that ball was hit pretty high, but looked like the timing of the jump by Jonas Martin was a little bit early. He'd been able to get back there and go straight up. He might have been able to get leather on it. I'm not sure. J.D. Martinez hitting .248. Shoots one foul off the fist to the right side. That's back into the seats. And the count moves to 1-2. Martinez with 7 home runs. 31 driven in. Now 2-2. Grimm back to the plate. Full count. Just about ready to have a visit from Mike Maddox here shortly. Justin Grimm took 6 pitches to get through the first inning unscathed, and so far he has thrown 18 without recording an out. Make it 19. Base hit to right field for J.D. Martinez. So a walk, a home run, a single. Elvis Andrus in to talk to Justin Grimm. Brandon Barnes, the center fielder, will come to the plate now. Barnes, a .246 hitter with 4 home runs. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. It is 1-0. against the Rangers this year. Barnes struggling a bit. The last couple of nights, though, the Astros have, or I should say the last couple of games, Astros have had pretty much their way with Ranger pitching. 1-1 the count to Barnes. And 9 runs on 11 hits last night. Had double-digit hits on Friday night, too, in a losing cause. Grim ready, a check of first. Little tapper back to the mound. The only play he's going to second. Just does get the sliding Martinez.
Nice play. Get the lead runner. Made that play deliberately and confidently to get the lead runner. Good job by Justin. Safe plays at first. But you're much better off if you can get the lead runner. Keep the double play in order.
Well, I sure thought the way he went after that, he was just going to take the out at first.
Yeah, it looked like a deliberate play to first.
Yeah.
He knew he had time.
So 1 gone now. Barnes at first. And here's Matt Dominguez. Dominguez with 11 home runs, 44 driven in. There goes Barnes. The pitch is lined down the right field line and slicing into the corner and foul. Well, that was trouble. Just sliced before it got to the triangle down there off the side wall. A long strike makes it 0-1. Grimm will go first base way to drive Barnes back. Dominguez, pretty good run production. The young third baseman making a very good impression in his first foray into the major leagues with the Astros. I really feel like he's one of the guys that they can build around. You see defensively he has been extremely good also. Fastball, strike on the outside corner. 0-2 the count to Dominguez. Grimm ready. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Tried to get that fastball to come back and wouldn't quite do it.
Dominguez is in a good situation with the Astros. He was a very high draft choice with Florida, got traded. He's on a team that's not expected to win, hitting in a spot in the lineup that's not a pressure spot in the lineup. And so he can kind of develop in a very comfortable way.
Oh,
that was close.
Get that throw down on the runner, and Torino's able to make that tag. I think he get him.
Yeah, that's one with a left-handed first baseman. You might have a better chance.
See, Barnes 9 out of 14 in the stolen base category this year. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. Field down to first base, and Ed Hickok said, nope, no swing. It's 2-2.
Good call.
Rangers looking at that double play ground ball if they can get one. There goes the runner. The pitch swung on a miss. The throw to second. They got it. Well, strike him out, throw him out, double play, and the inning comes to a close. Astros come up with a couple of runs on 2 hits, and nobody left after an inning and a half. The Rangers 3, the Astros 2. Fox Sports Southwest. Time for our AT&T Twitter poll question. And today we're going to get an opinion from you. Do you think that the Dodgers' young outfielder, Yasiel Puig, deserves to be on the All-Star team this year? I'll give you those answers in just a second. If you believe yes, he does, despite only playing 30 games so far, just go to Twitter and throw down hashtag FS yes All-Star. If in the negative, hashtag FS no All-Star. We'll tabulate those results, give them back to you later on in the ball game. Puig, of course, the sensation coming up with the Dodgers, but in 30 games, it's, for my money, it's a little bit tough to say a guy is an all-star after this 30 games.
Yeah.
Murphy fouls away. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Play close to 90 games. The numbers are certainly worthy of all-star consideration. There's no doubt about that. He's been spectacular. Just hadn't been here long enough.
That's kind of what I feel, too. But, I think you vote for all-stars for a couple of different reasons, and I know it's all the fans, but either the guy having the hottest first half, from April through July, through the first part of July, whenever all-star balloting stops, or you go on merit from past years, like the all-stars that have been around for a long time, like Cal Ripken comes to mind. Didn't have quite all-star caliber numbers, but he was still voted in because of the totality of his career.
Beloved player.
And I think that's very valid. But I'm not sure that 30 games would be enough to say yes, he is deserving of an all-star berth.
I think it's for the players other than Cal Ripken types who have played the best in the first half, who are the best players of the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be a guy that is not a star player, doesn't ever do it again. But for that 1 3-month period, he deserves to be there.
Murphy, a chopper through the right side, a base hit. Well, David Murphy gets the Rangers off on the right foot here in the second inning. Ground ball single to right. It'll bring up Robinson Chirinos.
That's another thing David's due to have happen. Start finding some holes. There's a chopper right between the hole between first and second. When you're going bad, you're hitting ropes and you're going right at somebody.
Chirinos came on as a pinch hitter for Lance Berkman in last night's ball game. Getting the start at first base today, and he takes strike 1. Robinson, a 182 hitter. Just 1 hit in his last 10 times to the plate. He had his first start against the Astros as a member of the Rangers down in Minute Maid Park back in May. A little late on that high fastball. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Chirinos in his second tour of duty with the Rangers. He was hitting .290 at AAA. Pops this one up. Foul territory. Brett Wallace, the first baseman, over. Reaches into the Ranger dugout and comes out with it. Right at the railing, and Wallace able to corral that for out number 1. Hey, baseball fans, Metro PCS wants to send you on a VIP flyaway experience with your home team in LA. Register at MetroPCSFlyaway.com or at participating locations for your chance to win. One out with Murphy at first. Here's Leonis Martin. Leonis, one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball. As a matter of fact, the last 3 weeks of play, he's hit safely in 18 of 19. He's going to try to bunt and bunts it back. You hear about watching the ball into the glove?
Yeah.
Exactly what Brett Wallace did.
Now, if that's in the stands, those kids could just stick their hand out and catch it themselves. I guess you could do that in the dugout.
Yeah.
Wouldn't go over very big with the other team, though, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
I wouldn't want to go near their dugout after that.
Pitch foul back, 0-2. Yeah, Giovanni Soto right here just gave him a karate chop on the arm.
Yeah, slapped the ball out of his hand?
Yeah, or grabbed his glove or something.
That would not be baseball protocol.
No, not really.
What if it's in the 7th game of the World Series?
I'm doing it.
Worry about it later,
That's right, yeah. I'm not going to see him again until spring training anyway.
Might not even play him again.
That's right. 1-2, the count to Leonis. Martin, over the 19-game span, we were talking about a .382 hitter. Outside, it's 2-2 now. Leonis, you remember, had a 15-game hitting streak. Had that broken against Seattle. He's hit safely in the last 3. That 19-game stretch we were talking about. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bedard checking first base with Murphy. The pitch outside, it's 3-2. Well, Bedard has gone from 0-2 to 3-2 to Leonis Martin. Martin, the number 9 hitter, to be followed by the top of the order, and that's Ian Kinsler. See if Ron Washington turns David Murphy loose here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. Looks like Corcoran wants a throw to first base from Bedard. Eric Bedard, the 34-year-old Canadian, peering in for the sign. Nods in agreement to check Murphy. Murphy staying there, and the pitch fouled away. Well, on the first 3-2, Murphy was pretty well anchored at first base. We'll see if he gets turned loose here on the next one. Bedard again ready. Slapped the other way, a base hit inside the bag at third. Murphy to second will put on the brakes as Krause gets to the ball in a hurry. Good job of hitting there by Leonis Martin, just slapping it between Dominguez and the line for an opposite field single.
Well, just making some contact on a pretty good pitcher's pitch. You could see pitch number 7 was right on the outside corner. Put a pretty good swing on it. Went the other way with it. Found a hole. Trying to have another good inning right here. One more 3-run homer wouldn't hurt.
Well, Kinsler now to the plate with runners at first and second. Ian swung at the first pitch he saw this afternoon. Popped out to shortstop. Kinsler at .286 with the average. 5-game hitting streak coming into play here this afternoon. Bedard making sure Corcoran is letting him know what the series of signs they're using is going to be. Now the left-hander's ready. Big slow hook, and that drops in for strike 1. Kinsler 9 out of 34 against Bedard with 1 RBI. You got Murphy out at second right there at the bottom of your screen. Leonis Martin at first. Now time is called, and Corcoran's going to go out and check with his veteran left-hander. Now we'll take a look at the Coors Light Freeze Cam this afternoon. The difference between Friday night and today. On Friday night, pop-up by Nelson Cruz on the left. Fred Wallace kind of had his eyes closed on that one. This afternoon, however, he watched that thing all the way into his glove.
Well, you don't get a shot. You don't get a chance to illustrate that very often in back-to-back days. That was perfect.
0-1 the count to Kinsler. Now 1-1. How many times do you think you heard "watch the ball" growing up?
Quite a few. Quite a few. Thing is, most of the time you can catch it if you do take your eye off the ball.
Yeah.
On a pop-up.
Most of the time.
Not recommended.
Right.
It's just that one time that you don't. It doesn't look very good.
Breaking ball hit just outside the bag, foul. The third base umpire, Corey Blazer, right on top of things. And that bounding ball just in foul territory as it went by the bag.
We saw one like that the other night. Someone hit one the exact same ball. Just barely missed going over the bag fair.
It's a ball and 2 strikes now to Ian. Kinsler with 31 runs driven in. This is 61st game of 2013. And he pops it up. Infield fly rule again in effect as Altuve grabs it just on the outfield grass. That is out number 2. And it'll bring up Elvis Andrus. Elvis drew a walk back in the first. He and Nelly Cruz both aboard via the walk. They both trotted around on the home run by A.J. Pierzynski. You had talked, Tom, about Rangers making Bedard throw a lot of pitches, and he's about ready to uncork number 44 here in the second inning. Ball 1.
Well, the Astros have had a similar problem as the Rangers, getting their starters to pitch deeper into ball games and keeping their bullpen from being overtaxed a little bit. Talked about the Rangers going to an 8-man bullpen right now because of that. I think anytime you've got 3 very young starters in your rotation, then that's obviously a risk. That the inconsistencies don't allow him to do that.
Fly ball to right field. That chases Martinez back, but he's able to stop on the warning track, or just shy of it, and put it away. Well, the Rangers get a couple of hits, but strand a pair. We're going to the third. It's the Rangers 3, the Astros 2 on Fox Sports Southwest. Big stop players. It's the 2013 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Don't miss the battle for World Series home field advantage. That's next Tuesday, July 16th on Fox. The road to October starts now. A week from next Tuesday, it'll be in Citi Field, New York. Top of the third inning, Jake Elmore, the young shortstop, will start things off. And he'll go back to the top of the order now with the Astros with Jose Altuve and Brett Wallace. Justin Grimm trying to rebound from a little bit of a shaky second inning, and he throws strike 1 to Elmore. Jake Elmore with his first Major League home run last night off of Tanner Scheppers. Elmore, a .216 hitter, 4 RBI. Grimm back to him. To third, Profar. Lobs it over to first. That's out number 1. Now before Jose Altuve steps in, let's take a Mazda game break with John Radigan. John?
Thank you very much, Rangers. Next opponent, knocks down the ball in deep foul territory. An absolute laser to first.
All right, John, thank you. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Jose Altuve off in the first inning. Elvis Andrus just simply robbed him of a base hit, diving to his right in the shallow left field. Elvis came up with it and threw a laser over to first. Altuve, just 148 in the last week of play. 1-1 pitch. 1-2. Justin looking more grim-like in this second inning. Little nubber foul that goes back behind home plate. Jeff Nelson, the umpire, trying to barehand it and hurt himself. A ball and 2 strikes. Good breaking ball there, and Altuve just able to lay off it. 2-2. And another chop.
He's just spoiling him.
Yep.
He's kind of slapping at those. That was a changeup that fooled him.
Altuve, another one of those building blocks for the Astros we were talking about. You really feel like they have a solid man at second and for the top of the order. Profar unleashes the throw and gets Altuve by a couple of steps. That is out number 2.
Now, Profar looks like one of those guys that you could just put him anywhere and he wouldn't care, number one, and he'd have the tools to make the plays. I liked his answer when someone asked him about playing third base for the first time. He said, hey, it's still just a ground ball. You pick it up and throw it to first base. And that is kind of simplifying it. Then he goes out to left field yesterday and makes a diving catch.
Yeah.
One of the first chances he gets. That's opposed to some guys that complain about having to move from, not our players, but I've seen players in the past, Ranger players in the past, who complained about going from left field to right field.
Sure.
Like you're asking them to play a different sport or something.
Breaking ball is low. Here's the diving catch you were talking about last night, Tom. First ball hit to Profar.
And this is into the sun, too. Very nice.
He was pointing out. Beltre was all over him, apparently, right after that happened. From the time he got up on his feet, Beltre was screaming at him.
Well, you know, he may not have got the perfect jump on the ball, but still, that ball's right in the sun. As the sun sets, those low line drives go right into the sun. Yeah. There's Adrian kind of getting on him for catching the ball. All Profar can say is, hey, I caught it. There it is. That's all you need to know.
Maybe it didn't look very good, but it still was an out. Chopper foul by the Ranger dugout. The count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Wallace hitting an even 190. Rangers have had a hard time in this series getting him out. He's 2 for 5. And another roller foul down the first base side.
Well, some guys just have a knack to do that, to play all those positions. You ever see the kind of guys that they beat you in ping pong and then you say, well, let's play pop-a-shot, and they kill you in pop-a-shot.
Yeah.
Well, let's play pool, and they kill you. They can just do everything.
Yep.
That's the baseball equivalent of that. He can just play everywhere.
Chopper to the right side. Chirinos underhands to Grim covering. And Justin back on top of his game. A 1-2-3 inning on 3 ground balls. We played 2.5 in Arlington. The Rangers 3, the Astros 2 on Fox Sports Southwest. Spectacular, featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. And by Jack in the Box. Now's your chance to go big with Jack's Big Stack Burgers. Nelly Cruz starting off the Ranger third. He takes a breaking ball from Bedard for strike 1. Cruz walked and scored back in the first inning. Bedard back to the plate. This is inside. 1-1 to Cruz. Nelson was 22 home runs, 66 RBI for the Ranger right fielder. And a fastball to the inside corner, 1-2. Cruz over the years against Bedard, 6 out of 19. A couple of home runs, 3 RBI. Down in the count here, though. That ball's hit high and deep to center field. Backing up is Barnes. Now it's coming on a few steps. That ball high enough that the wind really had an effect on it. And Nelly skies to center field. That is out number 1. Adrian Beltre coming up. Let's say hello to Jim Knox again. Jim?
All right, Buzz, appreciate it. The scene before the game, the Fox Sports Fan Express rolling in from the great town of Austin, Texas. That's right. On hand, plenty of Austin residents along with 104.9 The Horn. Stu works for 104.9 The Horn. Also, we can't forget the Fox Sports Southwest girls also making the appearance.
Can't wait. No.
Stu, enjoying the ride, and you also enjoying the game, but you're doing a double header today. What's this about?
We are. First of all, a great ride. How about that ride up? Yeah. It was a great ride up. We're enjoying the game. Hopefully the Rangers will hold on to this lead, and then once we get back, we're going to see Manny Ramirez play some outfield for the Round Rock Express as they take on Omaha tonight.
All right, yeah, that's right. Manny makes an appearance tonight. All right, well, good to have you guys here from Austin. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. To enjoy the rest of the game. Buzz, yeah, go Rangers.
All right, Knoxie. You may want to tell Stu that I don't think you're going to see Manny in the outfield. I think he's just going to hang around the on-deck circle, be the DH. Beltre a drive, high and deep to left field, way back. Goodbye. The captain coming through again. Beltre with his 18th home run of the year. 4-2 Texas.
Well, his last time up, Buzz, he was ahead in the count, got a good fastball to hit, and popped it up. And we both remarked, well, he popped that one up. He hasn't been popping up many pitches to hit. And that... He's got a Beltre's hat on?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, man, that's funny. He got a fastball. He got a pitch that time. Take that, Elvis. That's going to be a disabled trip for Elvis right there. Bad back. He got it, pitch to hit that time and didn't miss it. Hit it right out of the ballpark. Let's see if it was a fastball. No, that was more of an off-speed pitch. Whatever it was, went 375 feet for a home run.
Adrian liked it. 379.
379, yeah, okay.
That's the official. You're getting pretty good at that. Maybe we want to make you the official measurer. Well, the Rangers now with a couple of long balls today, 106 for the year. AJ gone swinging this time. He had his 8th home run of the year back in the first inning. But Bedard gets him down on 3 strikes here in the third. 2 gone for Jurickson Profar. For Bedard, his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon. Profar takes a fastball just wide of the mark. It is 1-0.
Got a couple of birthdays, Buzz. Rudolph Erickson from Mahia, 82 years old today. Happy birthday, Rudolph. Hope you're watching the ball game. Sure you are. One thing about our birthday wishes, they go to people who watch every game, boy. Got some belated birthday wishes. Try to get around to those.
Got him on the fist with the breaking ball. Shortstop Elmore up with it and got rid of it quickly. Profar's out. Rangers gone in the third, but Adrian Beltre gets them on the board again. Adrian's 18th home run of the year. A run on 1 hit. On to the 4th. 4-2 Texas. 10 o'clock right here on Fox Sports Southwest for Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. Justin Grimm back to the hill, and he has a 2-run lead now with which to work. Fires a strike to Carlos Corporan. Corporan, Pena, and Kraus, the first 3 due to swing against Grimm here in the 4th inning. Justin came back to retire all 3 that he faced in the 3rd after a rocky 2nd that saw the Astros get a couple of runs. And he's gotten ahead of Corporan here. No balls and 2 strikes. Corporan a foul out back in the 1st inning. Grimm to the wind. Tried the curveball and just didn't quite get it enough to come in the back door. It's 1-2. Corcoran, 282 for the season. That pitch is low. It's 2-2 now. Pretty good catching tandem, despite what the last 9 games look like for Carlos Corcoran. Put Corcoran and Jason Castro together. Pitch foul back. Both of them throw very well. Pretty good defensive catchers. And obviously, offense is not lacking.
No, Castro's going to hit 35 doubles, 20 home runs. Going to the All-Star game.
Yep. The 2-2. Belted to right field. Cruz is going back. At the track, he plays the carom. He's going to hold Corcoran to a long single. And the throw back behind to Chirinos at the bag. Corcoran bangs one off the wall, but he hit it so hard that Cruz was able to get it back in quickly, and it's a long single.
Yeah, that's a break. That's an extra base hit turned into a single. Nelly played the carom just right. I mentioned that Justin's been plagued by the long ball. That was almost a long ball. Coming into this game, he'd given up 9 home runs in his last 6 starts, including 3 in his last start against Seattle. And right off the bat in the 2nd inning, he gave up 1 today.
Well, Corcoran, a leadoff base hit. Now Carlos Pena, who walked and scored in the 2nd, will step in. The at-bat that Pena had really would set the tone for that difficult 2nd inning for Justin Grimm. A rip and a miss on the off-speed pitch. And by that, I mean Pena leading off an inning after Rangers had just put 3 on the board. And Justin Grimm really didn't come close. Lost him very quickly, and that was a negative beginning to that 2-run 2nd inning. 0-1 pitch. Got the inside corner, 0-2. Good thing about baseball, though, the chance for redemption is not very far away, usually. Rangers pulled around to the right side on the infield and outfield against Carlos Pena. Grimm a check of first, the 0-2 pitch. Ball gets away from Pierzynski. Going to second is Corcoran, and just in ahead of the throw on the wild pitch. Corcoran now at second base with nobody out.
No, that takes away a double play opportunity.
A 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Pena. And Pierzynski now going to go out and have a chat with Justin Grimm, make sure they are together on the series of signs that Pierzynski will be using. Grimm gets the one he wants. The 1-2 pitch. Got away with a hanger. Foul back. Lowest averages. Runners in scoring position. Houston right above Seattle. And Rangers not too far above Houston, to be quite honest. 240 Ranger average this year. Inside, 2-2 now.
I thought Lance Berkman said it best. What you hope is, if you're a team that hits 260, you hit 260 with men in scoring position.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what you're hoping for.
Right.
Anything above that's great.
Grimm a check of Corcoran at second. 3-2.
Pena, we talked about him for a long time. He's a guy that will strike out quite a bit. He'll hit home runs frequently. He also walk a lot. He's already walked 40 times this year. So you can get him to swing and miss, but more often than not, he won't swing and miss at a pitch well out of the strike zone.
Grimm with the payoff pitch coming to Carlos Pena. And instead, time was called apparently as Jeff Nelson, home plate umpire, darting out from behind Pierzynski, waving his arms as Justin Grimm made the pivot to second base.
That's probably one you just don't concern yourself too much with Corcoran. He's not going anywhere.
Chop foul. Another off-speed pitch. Still 3-2.
Threw him a changeup. Just ticked it.
Nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning. Carlos Corcoran, the runner at second base. He had a base hit off the wall in right field, a single. And went to second on the wild pitch. 3-2 the count to Carlos Pena. Got him swinging. Down and in, and Pena caught on strike. Strikeout number 2 for Grimm. That is out number 1. It brings up Mark Krause.
Oh, good pitch. He had first base open. Not wanting to walk him though, and he throws an off-speed pitch down and in, and that got Pena to miss. You see the one pitch near the middle of the plate was a changeup a little bit earlier that he just ticked and fouled off. That time he got it down where he wanted it. Pena missed it.
Well, Mark Krause homered to straightaway center field for his first major league round tripper in the second inning. That was with Pena aboard. Now he's got Corcoran at second. First pitch to him is a big breaking ball that bends into the strike zone. It's 0-1. You mentioned Krause had come up the 21st of June from Oklahoma City. He was hitting .277 with 9 home runs in 65 games in Oklahoma City. Grimm set. And the pitch high and tight. Fastball missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Astros 15-24 on the road. Well, they really haven't played that any better than they did at home. Pitch is low and outside. Matter of fact, they played better on the road than they have at home. Cole Porter's team, very much a streaky club because of all the young guys that are playing. A lot of changeover the first part of the year. Feel like the guys they have here now are probably the ones that have their best opportunity to win. Elvis will throw on to first for the out. On to third goes Corcoran. He's there with 2 outs now for J.D. Martinez.
A little outside chance of getting Corcoran at third base, but maybe 4 years ago Elvis might have tried to get him at third base, but now no sense taking that risk when it's not a sure thing. Get the sure out at first base, which is exactly what he did.
Martinez single to right field, his first time to the plate. He was in that 3-hitter streak that Justin Grimm got behind in the count to everybody. And both Krause, the home run, and then Martinez made him pay for it. The fastball strike. 0-1 the count. Outfield shading the right-handed hitting Martinez a few steps around to the right. Good job by Pierzynski to go out and keep that ball from going to the backstop. It's 1-1. Grimm working from the stretch. Misses. 2 balls and a strike. And ball 3 is down and away. Well, Grimm again in a hitter's count to Martinez. And you remember Martinez rifled one to right field his first time up on a 3-1 pitch. Got him in the same situation here. On the way. Base hit center field. Hanging breaking ball, and Martinez drives in Corcoran with a 2-out single. It's now a 4-3 Ranger lead. Martinez with his 32nd run driven in.
Yeah, that's not exactly what he was trying to do with that pitch, which obviously gave Martinez a much better chance to have success.
No, Martinez at first, still 2 outs. Brandon Barnes got a ground out his first time to the plate. Ball 1 is high on the off speed. Barnes checking with Dave Tremblay, the third base coach. Back in the batter's box, Grimm ready to work. 1-0 pitch. Pop foul. That will work its way back into the seats and out of play. It's 1-1. Well, it's either been pretty simple or pretty difficult this afternoon for Justin Grimm. First and third innings were 1, 2, 3 frames. Second and fourth, not as much. He gets the pickoff there as Martinez got caught in between steps. Tried to dive back, and he is caught. So that'll do it for the Astros. They get a run on 2 hits and nobody left, and the pickoff ends the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Rangers 4, Astros 3, Fox Sports Southwest.
Now they have their smartphones out and they are hard at work. That's right, they are voting to get Tanner Shepard's into the All-Star game, the 34th and final spot. And Ranger fans at home, you can do the same thing. All you have to do is text A4 to 89269. That's A4 to 89269. Ranger fans doing a good job right now. And then on Thursday, a special tweeter section. That's right. What you will have to do between 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's Take Tanner. That's Take Tanner. Tweet Take Tanner from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday. How's it going so far?
Going good. It's going good. Let's get Tanner in, Ranger fans. Yeah.
There we go. All right. These guys will keep them working there. Very nice. Thanks, guys. Buzz?
All right, Jim. Thank you. David Murphy starting off the Ranger 4th inning. 2-0 pitch is outside. Murphy singled his first time up and now way in ahead of the count. Eric Bedard trying to get aboard to start things off. 4-3 Rangers leading. The hits are even at 4 in this ball game. Bedard back to the plate and misses ball 4. Well, 4 consecutive pitches out of the zone, and David Murphy trots on down to first base.
Well, we had a bunch of birthdays yesterday that we missed. We didn't do the game yesterday. Bill Vinson was 98 years old yesterday. Dorothy Betts was 88 years old yesterday. Dorothy is from Arlington. Josie Sides from Denton was 98 years old yesterday. And Bob Fordyce from Jacksonville, Texas was 85 years old yesterday. Go back a couple of days before that, on the 4th of July, Mary Tovar from Abilene was 86 years old. Happy birthday, everybody.
A 1 on, nobody out. Robinson Chirinos, who fouled out his first time to the plate, is up there. 0-1 the count to him. Chirino's going to back out for just a moment. Chirino's, of course, picked up by the Rangers on a waiver deal with the Tampa Bay Rays. Takes that pitch for a strike. Rangers got him from the Rays on the 8th of April. Spent his time first part of the year at Round Rock. Was brought up to the Rangers the 10th of May. A.J. Pierzynski had to go on the disabled list. 0-2 pitch to him. Chopper foul, and we'll try it again. Chirinos then on the 21st of May optioned back to Round Rock. And then recalled this time on the 18th of June. No balls and 2 strikes. Bedard a check of first. And the fastball just off the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Bedard, as you can see, it's 65 pitches through 3 innings plus a hitter here in the 4th inning. Mostly fastballs. Not the Bedard fastball, as Tom's told you, from a couple of years ago. Chopper slowly hit up the middle. The second for 1. The quick throw across his body. What a play by Jose Altuve. He turns the double play on what most second basemen would just put in their pocket and assume that they couldn't get him, but not Altuve.
That ball didn't stay in his glove very long or in his hand. He knew it was a slowly hit ball. He had to get rid of it quickly. Pretty slick. I don't think he can turn it any quicker than that.
I don't think so. Well, the Astros turned their 98th double play of the year. There's a broken bat roller out to Altuve at second. He usually played for the little second baseman. Leonis Martin retired, and that'll do it for the Rangers. So the leadoff walk taken care of by the double play. The 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the 5th. Rangers 4, Astros 3. Fox Sports Southwest. Hits, and the Astros have 4-3 Texas as we head to the top of the 5th inning. And as always, joining us during the 5th inning from Fox Sports Southwest, the Rangers live show, Mark McLemore. Like, I was just looking down here to up and down this order, this Ranger lineup, and it's been this way for about 2 weeks now. The middle of the order, just going great guns. You need to get some help from the top and bottom.
You got to spread it out,
yeah,
for sure. Especially the top of the order. Those are the guys that set the table for the big boys to follow. And you like it when the middle of the order is doing some things, but you definitely want to have the top of the order getting on base to set the table. It's nice to see the middle of the order hitting home runs, but you don't want them to be solo shots.
Pierzynski's had a 3-run home run and a solo shot by Beltre. Chopper to the hole, dive by Profar, and he comes up a bit short. So Altuve, excuse me, not Altuve, it's Brandon Barnes leading off the 5th inning, and he promptly bangs one through the hole. Well, these Astros just will not quit on you. They are continuing to come back against the Rangers. And again, this is a club that came in last in the American League in virtually every major offensive category. Next to last in runs scored, and last in hitting, last in on-base percentage. They come in here and hit Ranger pitching like they've owned it. Matt Dominguez struck out the first time that he faced Grimm here this afternoon. One ball, no strikes. And Corey Burns loosening and rather quickly out of that Ranger bullpen.
Yeah, the way the bullpen's been used and Justin's inability to pitch deeply into a game, there's a pretty good chance that Corey Burns is going to be in this game. Pretty good chance that Joaquin Soria is going to be in this game too on their first day back. It's been 78 pitches for Justin.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not a new theme that Rangers have run into. You go back, say, the last part of May, this really started. All through the month of June, it's been a problem that's popped its head up. The base hit to center field. Barnes will stop at second as Martin gets to the ball in a hurry. So back-to-back singles open up the 5th inning. Barnes, now Dominguez, and Jake Elmore will come up. Mike Maddox is on his way out to the mound.
You get a couple ground balls. They both found holes. One was hit hard, one was hit softly. Bottom line is 2 men on, nobody out in a 1-run game. Corey Burns has been a closer down in Round Rock, has not really been what you would call a long reliever. But he may face a situation in this inning where it's one of the key parts of the game, possibly, with men on base in a close game.
Mike Maddox trying to impart something to Justin Grimm to maybe evoke a ground ball double play. A 2 on with nobody out. Elmore, the number 9 man, and the Rangers playing up at the corners, expecting a bunt from the 9th place hitter. Erickson Profar, the third baseman, playing caddy corner down there at third. Pickoff play at second, and he throws it right between the legs of Barnes. Barnes going to third. The throw is not in time. Now it's second and third. No need for a sacrifice as the throwing error by Justin Grimm advances the runners 90 feet.
That is a sacrifice right there. Instead of a bunt, it's a ground ball into center field. Nothing Ian could do. Couldn't reach far enough. Runners right there.
So second and third, and A.J. Pierzynski was saying, back up, guys. The infield's coming in at least a halfway. Kind of an unusual alignment. I don't think I've seen the Ranger infield do this. A breaking ball that finds the inside corner. 0-1, the count to Jake Elmore. Left side of the infield, all the way in. The cut of the grass, both Profar and Andrews. Right side of the infield, Kinsler back at 15 feet. 1-1. Grimm trying to summon up the energy to make a good pitch. Throw to third. It's off of Profar's glove into left field. 1 run is home, and they are going to stop Dominguez at third. Profar trying to slap the tag on before he had the ball.
I'm not sure what that was. It didn't look like a squeeze play. Was it a safety squeeze?
Probably safety.
Like safety squeeze.
A squeeze, the runner would break much earlier than that, but he still broke soon enough to where they looked like they had a play at third base, and it was executed. AJ, really watch the angle right here. He can't throw it right on the bag because of the runner. You see the runner's kind of leaning in toward shortstop with his right arm up. If you throw that ball, you had to throw it toward shortstop, otherwise you're going to hit the runner.
Still haven't had any word as to who the error is going to be charged to. It is an error, that's for sure. And we're now tied at 4 in this ball game. And the pitch outside, ball 4. And that puts runners at first and third, and that's going to do it for Justin Grimm. So Grimm can't get out of the 5th inning. Ends up going 4 full innings plus 2 hitters here in the 5th. He leaves with the ball game tied at 4 apiece and runners at first and third. And again, the bullpen going to be heavily taxed here this afternoon. At least 5 innings is going to be required by the relievers. So Grimm is out for the day, and as Corey Burns comes in, we'll take a timeout. Be right back to Rangers Ballpark in Arlington after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Ranger bench, and you can understand why. Given a 3-0 lead with which to work, a 4-2 lead with which to work, and after that he couldn't get out. He couldn't get an out in the 5th inning. He leaves with the game tied, albeit a couple of errors. One of the errors was his, the other was by Jurickson Profar. Gives way to Corey Burns, the right-hander.
Corey Burns is having an exceptional time of it at Round Rock. Been in 26 games. His ERA was just a little bit over 1. 34 strikeouts in 25 innings. So he's in a tough situation right here. It's a tie ball game, 1st and 3rd, and nobody out in the 5th inning. Part of the game he's not used to coming into.
Jose Altuve is the hitter. Burns will go to work on Jake Elmore at first base.
Burns was up earlier in the season. Got about an average fastball and a real good changeup. He's a strikeout right here.
Altuve, a couple of ground balls to short. Burns, first pitch to it. Sky to shallow center field. Out is Andrews, and Elvis makes the catch, battling that sun. Able to stay with it. And that is a very big out, number 1. Now strikeout, pop up. Whatever you can do to get an out and not let the runners advance. And that certainly works well. Now you get him to roll over and get a double play ground ball, everything will be okay.
Just the way he planned it.
That's right. Brett Wallace, the hitter. Wallace has had a couple of ground balls this afternoon, both to the right side. Ball 1. Got Dominguez, the runner, at 3rd, and Jake Elmore is over at 1st. There's Dominguez, who had a single, and Elmore at 1st walked to get aboard. He was the last hitter that Justin Grimm faced. Change up outside. It's 2-0. Like AJ wants a little pickoff throw, and he got one from Corey Burns. You mentioned you can see the catcher get down there and give that little flick of the thumb. He wants the pitcher to give him a pickoff throw so the catcher can watch what the guys are doing, not have to worry about a pitch coming to him. Now the 2-0 pitch. Good changeup, 2-1. Corey Burns got his first taste of Major League action last year with the Padres. That has been his hallmark pitch right there.
Makes it look deceptive with his delivery, and he gets great movement on it. That ball really dropped. Kind of change up and throw frequently, even if the hitter's seen it before. Keep throwing.
Like back to back.
It's like a knuckleball.
About 3 in a row.
Why not?
Can't be looking for it 3 times in a row.
That might be one of those pitches you can look for it and still have trouble.
The way it drops, it doesn't really matter if he throws the same pitch again. Should get the same result.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That time called. Now Wallace is ready, and so is Burns. Tried it again and left it high. 3-2. Now we'll see with 1 out if Jake Elmore is allowed to set sail from first base on this 3-2 pitch. Burns reading the signs. The right-hander said, yep. And he's ready. And Elmore, a dive back to the bag. Burns sets again. There goes Elmore. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. The throw to second, not in time. And he went by the bag, and Elvis stayed with it.
Hello.
Well, a different kind of double play, but they strike him out, throw him out, and the Astros are gone in the top of the fifth. They get a run to tie it. On 2 hits, there were 2 errors, and 1 man left halfway through the ball game. Rangers 4, Astros 4 on Fox Sports Southwest. Text A4 if you want Tanner Shepard to get to the All-Star game. Text A4 to 89269. 89269. Hashtag take Tanner to the All-Star game. In the final vote, he is one of 5 candidates, all relievers, that the winner will be included along with the rest of the All-Stars in New York. Ian Kinsler starting things off, top of the Ranger order here in the 5th inning. A 4-4 ball game. Eric Bedard back to the plate. Breaking ball hit to the right side. Altuve, it goes under his glove into right field. Now, you wouldn't think a guy that's that close to the ground in the first place would have problem coming up. Putting back.
That's cold.
That is very cold.
Yeah, I know. I had to use that.
That sounded like when Harry Carey, what did he say about George Orta? How can somebody from Mexico lose a ball in the sun? Oh, man. Well, the Rangers gave the Astros a chance to have a big inning last inning, but Corey Burns cut it down quickly. Kept it a 4-4 game. Maybe the Rangers can take advantage of an error right here.
So Kinsler aboard on the error to Altuve. Now here's Elvis. Shows bunt. Takes the bat back. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Andrus, a walk and a run scored in the first. Fly to right field in the second. Dominguez, the third baseman, up just in front of the bag, right at the cut of the grass. Eric Bedard dropping the anchor on this at bat. The Astros pitchers can take some time now. They're not in any big hurry to throw from pitch to pitch. Here's a breaking ball that cuts the strike zone in half. It's 1-1. Elvis checking with Gary Pettis down at third base. Bedard, a long look in. Check of Kinsler at first. And the breaking ball that is inside. No bunt there. Well, here's the Firestone Complete Auto Care Extra Mile Index. Stolen bases in Ranger history finds Ian Kinsler and Bump Wills tied for the top spot. 20 behind would be Elvis Andrus. Been a while. Ian was caught stealing yesterday's game. That was his 5th caught stealing of the year. He hasn't had a chance to get his running game in order. Pretty good lead here. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. And the pitch high and away. It's 3-1. And I guess with Bedard having trouble with command, you probably wouldn't want to straight steal necessarily with nobody out.
Probably not, especially Bedard gets to the plate rather quickly. He's got that slide step working, and he's got a fairly decent move over to first base. So probably right now wouldn't be a good spot, especially with Nelly on deck.
And ball 4 is low. That puts 2 aboard for Nelly Cruz. Well, a fielding error, now a pitcher's error. The base on balls on both borders. I think I've seen this one before. While Corcoran and Bedard are talking, let's throw it over to John Radigan with a Mazda game break. John? All right, John, thank you. The Rangers look like they're going to have to come back just to keep pace with Oakland on this Sunday afternoon. Cruz, a walk and a run scored in the first, a fly ball to center in the third inning. Got Kinsler at second, Andrus at first. Bedard, after the walk now, has issued 4 free passes. Ball 1.
Yeah, this inning belongs to Bedard. There's nobody warming up. He's got to go through the middle of the lineup now.
Veteran left-hander staring for a long look in at the catcher, Carlos Corcoran. Now the 1-0 pitch. High in the air. That will twist out a play down the right side. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Saw earlier that graphic we had for you. The Rangers batting with runners in scoring position, just .240 for the year. They could use one here. And Bedard turning all the way around towards second, but no action by Kinsler. Down the right field line, and that is going to slice back into the crowd. Well, he tried to take that ball the other way and did a little bit too much. The count moves to 1-2. Rangers in the last 9 ball games hitting below 180 with runners in scoring position. Bedard gets a sign, comes set. 1-2 pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-hander to the plate, breaking ball, base hit left field. Kinsler being waved around third. He will score without a throw, and Nelson Cruz comes through an RBI single, and the Rangers lead it 5-4.
Chuck Morgan had a statistic on the scoreboard during Nelly's at bat that said he's a .290 hitter throughout his career. He's one of those hitters that has hit higher with men in scoring position than he has regularly. Gets a hanging curveball and drills that ball into left field. Another good at bat for Nelly is he just continues to be a consistent run producer day after day. He certainly deserves to go to the All-Star game.
Mac, there's what you were talking about before, getting the top 2 guys on so the middle guys can really do some damage.
Table setters. You need those table setters out there for the big boys behind them so they can drive them in. It's nice getting the solo shots, but you want to have some guys on there.
Nelly's a .268 career hitter and .290 with men in scoring position.
Beltre, shallow fly ball to right down the line, a long run in for Martinez. He makes the catch. Elvis thought about tagging, but that ball just not deep enough. So that is out number 1, and Adrian, I'm sure, won't be happy with that at bat. 1 gone now. A.J. Pierzynski coming up. Paul Clemens, the right-hander. loosening in support of Eric Bedard. A 1 out. Andrews still at second. Nelson Cruz at first. A.J. Pierzynski 1 out of 2.
Well, A.J. has hit a hanging curveball for a home run and struck out on a fastball. Bedard really hasn't had his good curveball today. The Rangers have had a number of hits off his curveball.
Now, the first one he threw to Pierzynski went 407 feet, I believe.
Sure did.
So A.J. 1 for 2. Elvis stepping off his lead at the bottom of your screen from second. Bedard gets the sign. He's ready to work. A fastball right down the middle. Now at AT&T reverse replay back in the first inning. There's that curveball. And it's down 407 feet later. A.J. with his 8th home run of the year and 29 RBI now for the Ranger catcher. He's got a couple more out there. 0-1 pitch to him. Just missed the outside corner. Rangers 2 out of 6 today, so that average has come up a point. Bedard with a 1-1. Foul back. A ball and 2 strikes. Pierzynski in there. You can see that slightly open stance. He's facing Bedard, the count of 1-2, and Bedard not quite ready to work, so A.J. backs out. Long look again by Bedard. Now he's going to wait for somebody else to throw signs down. Well, you know, just as soon as you get something going, there's so much time that elapses. It's like starting a game all over again.
You almost forget what happened.
Yeah.
But Bedard literally put you to sleep watching him.
Fly ball center field. That chases Barnes back. He has a play on it, makes the catch. Elvis tags. The throw is coming into second. Cruz sliding in. He's out. Barnes threw into second. Nelly, who had the play in front of him, decided to try it anyway, and he is gunned down. Well, the double play will end things for the Rangers. They do score a run to take the lead, and they strand one on a hit and an error. 5 innings gone by, 5-4 Rangers. And Matt, thanks very much. We'll see Mark McLemore after the ball game on Rangers Live. On top by a run. Let's head down and say hello once again to Rick Renner. Rick.
Hey, Rick Renner down here. As you saw, there's a pitching change. A lot of business today with Lance Berkman and Nick Tepish going on the DL. But they activate Joakim Soria, a guy who hasn't pitched in the majors in 2 years since Tommy John surgery. Here's Ron Washington about what he adds.
The guy is regimented, and he certainly don't want anyone to feel sorry for him or anything like that. He want to compete, and we're very happy to have him back. We certainly sent him through the rigors that he would have gone through if he was in full spring training with us, and we didn't back off of it. And when he arrived here, he said he's ready to go and don't hold back. So I'm looking forward to it.
If you think about it, it gives the Rangers 2 closers with Joe Nathan. Soria was a great, solid closer with Kansas City, something the bullpen needs a little help there, Buzz.
And Joakim Soria going to work. Thanks, Rick. 29-year-old. Now just turned 29 last month, and he is working for the first time since 2011 at the major league level.
Oh, definitely a good job by Corey Burns. Came in and faced 2 hitters and got the job done. Man on third base got to pop up a strikeout. ended up with a throw him out.
Carlos Corporan 1 for 2 this afternoon. Soria back to the plate, deals a strike. 1-2. Soria had pretty extensive rehab assignments in the minor leagues, both AA and AAA, also a few in Arizona. He had a total of 7 rehab assignments through 7 shutout innings. Just gave up 1 hit. Hitters are 1 for 22 against him. Kinsler to his right a couple of steps, gobbles that up. And Corporan is out number 1 here in the 6th inning. Well, in case you missed it, the roster moves we're talking about, Joaquin Soria and Corey Burns, both either activated or recalled from AAA. And Nick Tepesch goes on the disabled list with some elbow inflammation. Lance Berkman on the 15-day DL with a left hip problem. So the Rangers are essentially playing 1 extra man on the bench short and with 1 extra reliever. Going with a 8-man bullpen. One out. Here's Carlos Pena. Pena, first ball swinging, grounds to Robinson Chirinos with Soria covering. Very quickly, 2 ground balls and 2 outs.
Well, the one thing that Joaquin said about his rehab outings was he was very pleased with the command that he had with his pitches. And he's always been that kind of a guy that could come in and throw his fastball, especially wherever he wanted to.
So base is empty. Now Mark Krause is coming up. Now Soria only had appearances against Carlos Pena on this current Astros club, and Pena had gone 4 for 8 against him before that ground out, so that's a good sign. Krause today, a 2-run home run, his first major league round tripper, and he grounded a short last time up. A little bit low, first pitch, it is 1-0. Soria from Monclova, Mexico. Was 6 feet 3 inches tall, about 200 pounds. Signed a 2-year contract with the Rangers with an option for 2015. Tries a strike here. In Kansas City, starting in 2007. Soria worked in 62, 63, 47, 66, and 60 games for them. His high save total was 43. This is here, it's 3-1. Guy who had very few walks and about a strikeout per inning. Soria ready for the 3-1 pitch. 3-2.
It's got to be a great feeling for him to be back on a big league mound. I'm sure he's seen enough of Surprise, Arizona.
Yeah, I would think so. It's a nice place, but fly ball left field. David Murphy trots in toward the line, and that'll do it. So welcome back, Joaquin Soria. A couple of ground balls and a lazy can of corn to left field. 3 up, 3 down after 5.5. Rangers 5, Astros 4. Fox Sports Southwest. Sonic Slam Inning brought to you by Sonic. Today's jackpot is worth $2,700 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Today, the Rangers are hitting for Amelia Cisneros from River Oaks, Texas. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Amelia Cisneros of River Oaks will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. We haven't given that away in a while, as you can tell by $2,700 in the jackpot. Be a nice day to give it away. Nice warm, sunny Sunday afternoon. Jurickson Profar taking a strike. He's down on the count now, 0-2. Profar today has grounded out and struck out. Rangers leading 5-4. They have been out hit 6-5. They have been able to, with a couple of home runs, cash in. The breaking ball, a check swing, and just missed inside. 1-2 to Profar. Action continuing out in that left center field bullpen. Paul Clemens, who had been up last inning, resumed his warm-ups out there this inning. The 1-2 pitch from Bedard. And we'll come back and try it again. Rangers put 3 on the board in the first inning. A 3-run home run by A.J. Pierzynski. Got one more up there in the third inning. Pierzynski Beltre, a solo shot. And then after Houston had tied the game in the top of the 5th, Rangers retook the lead with one in the bottom of the 5th. Just outside, 2-2 now to Jurickson. Bedard back to him. And 3-2. Profar again exhibiting that very good eye, the very disciplined approach he takes at the plate. He has run the count full after being down 0-2. Profar trying to get aboard to start the Rangers 6th. He'll be followed by David Murphy. Bedard into the wide. The payoff pitch is coming to Profar. Inside, ball 4. Spun him out of the way with a fastball, and Profar draws the walk to lead off the Rangers 6th, and David Murphy is coming up.
That was not a real good at-bat for Bedard. He pitched to Profar like he was Babe Ruth. Got a leadoff hitter with some speed up there, a young hitter.
Yeah, you know,
getting ahead of him and walking him.
You can understand that from a young pitcher to have at-bats like that. Bedard's been around a little while.
He's throwing 91 miles an hour. Yeah. Challenge him, throw him a strike. I'll take the walk. I'm happy with it. 5 walks. He had walked 6 in his last game, 5 today.
Yeah, David Murphy takes a knee-high strike. Murph drew a walk his last time up. That was leading off the 4th inning. 1 for 1 today. That batting average for Murphy now at .224. David sits safely in 11 of his last 15 ball games. About .280. Shot that one foul. Got jammed by a fastball from Bedard. And the count moves to 0-2. See the year-long numbers. 10 home runs, 30 RBI for David. Had 2 of those home runs in the last 3 ball games. Bedard sets. A check of Profar. Got him swinging. No, Murphy down on strikes for the first out of the 6th inning. That was the 3rd punch out for Bedard this afternoon.
Oh, good fastball right on the outside corner. Good pitch.
Robinson Chirinos, the hitter, has fouled out and grounded into a double play. Profar with pretty good speed at first base, although not a real accomplished base stealer yet. Chirinos fouls it out of play down the right side. It is 0-1. Chirinos back in there. Bedard has the sign he wants. A check of first. And he will go that way with a toss. Chirinos checking with Gary Pettis down there. And in the meantime, a little toss to first base, and Profar almost got caught napping over there. And to scramble back as Bedard from that position just flipped one over there, and Profar wasn't really watching very closely. Strike on the inside corner. Another throw.
That was close too.
By Corporan down there.
Another great throw by Corporan. Dropped it right on the bag.
Oh, 0-2, the count to Robinson Chirinos. Now 1-2. Rangers leading 5-4. They've been out hit 6-5 here this afternoon by the Astros. Got an unearned run, did the Rangers, in that 5th inning to retake the lead. Breaking ball down and in. And the count moves to 2-2. Been a long day for Eric Bedard. A couple of quick innings. Most notably the 3rd and 5th, or 3rd and 4th, I should say. Able to keep his pitch count to a manageable total. He has one out here in the 6th inning. Left-hander's ready. There goes Profar. The pitch is inside. The throw to second is in time. They get him. Well, the shortstop, Elmore, a little late getting over there, but he was able to get there at the same time the ball did. Made a swipe tag at Profar, sliding by. Well, Profar caught stealing. Good look at it there. He got the tag right there on the arm. The base is empty now. 2 away, and it's a 3-2 count to Robinson Chirinos. Payoff pitch hit high in the air to left field. Moving back is Cruz. Shading his eyes with his glove, puts it away, and that'll do it. So the leadoff walk does no good for the Rangers. We are going to the 7th inning. Remains Rangers 5, the Astros 4 on Fox Sports Southwest. Big lead, smaller lead, bigger lead, tie game, and took it back in the 5th inning. Home runs by Pierzynski and Beltre. Beltre is a solo shot. AJ's a 3-run blast. Burns and Soria just put on the active roster, combined for 2 perfect innings with a strikeout. And we are going to the 7th inning here, and Jason Frazier has come into the ballgame.
Yeah, Jason, every time we see him, it looks like his ERA goes down just a tick. Throwing the ball well, be his 33rd game. He's got the 7th inning today. Going to take 5 pitchers, 5 relief pitchers in this ball game. Justin Grimm ended up pitching 4. Corey Burns, Joaquin Soria had 2 quick innings. Soria's was about 11 or 12 pitches. Corey's was probably about the same thing.
Now, J.D. Martinez, the first hitter, and Jason Frazier drops an off-speed pitch in for strike 1. Martinez 2 for 2, a pair of singles, an RBI. As you can see, the RBI total now up to 32 for the Astro right fielder. And a fastball missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jason Frazier, the 35-year-old right-hander, Chicagoland native. Back to the plate. Base hit center field. No, J.D. Martinez 3 for 3 this afternoon. He opens up the 7th with a solid line drive base hit to center. And Brandon Barnes coming up. as Barnes makes his way to home plate. Let's send it over to Jim Knox again. Jim.
All right, Buzz, in the upper home run porch, and this is the place to be, the all-you-can-eat section, because the summer ticket savings are back due to popular demand right here. $38 tickets on July 21st and July 31st, also August 13th and August 19th. All you have to do is log on to TexasRangers.com and punch in the code. That is Fox Sports. $38 seats right here. This Little League team from White Oak, Texas, enjoying today's game. Plenty of popcorn, hot dogs, soft drinks, you name it, much more. They have a game tonight, so you guys load up. Got plenty of energy right now, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. Good luck tonight, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game. Appreciate it, Buzz.
All right, Jim, thank you. A 1 on, nobody out. Brandon Barnes, the hitter, is 1 for 2 today. Barnes singled and scored his last time up. That was back in the 5th inning. First pitch to him is a knee-high strike. It is 0-1. And talking about dates, we just announced today that, remember that game of the Rangers and Diamondbacks that was rained out here back in the early part of May? So it's been rescheduled for an off day, what was an off day, August the 1st, which is right after the Rangers series with the Angels here in town. It's going to be a 6:05 start. So put that on your calendars now. The Diamondbacks in town on August the 1st. Originally an off day scheduled. It'll be a 6:05 first pitch. Oh, 0-1. The count to Brandon Barnes. J.D. Martinez, the runner at first. Jason Frazier sets. The pitch fouled away. It's 0-2.
Well, that day, Buzz, would have been a travel day anyway, it looks like, to go to Oakland.
Right.
So instead of getting into Oakland around probably 6 or 7 o'clock at night, it'll probably be more like, what, midnight?
2, 1, yeah,
o'clock?
right, 1 o'clock. Just a little bit later. Call strike 3. Knee-high outside corner. And Jason Frazier rings up strikeout number 1.
Trying to paint that outside corner, and he did. Right at the bottom of it and right on the corner. Good pitch. Hitters don't like that call, but Fox Tracks shows it was definitely a strike.
Well, that's a very big one out. Now Matt Dominguez, Astros third baseman, singled his last time up. Dominguez, a .226 hitter. Along with the single, he struck out into a double play in the second inning. Brandon Barnes was the runner that was thrown out on that back end of that double play. First pitch, fastball, strike. 0-1 to Dominguez. Most of these younger Astros have not faced Jason Frazier in their career. The guys that have been around a little bit are the ones that are more likely to have some at-bats against him. Dominguez does not. Frazier ready for the 0-1. Dominguez looking down at Dave Tremblay, the third base coach, going through that series of signs. J.D. Martinez stepping off his lead from first as Frazier gets ready. He will get a throw over there, just a little calling card.
Neil Kotz tossing out in the Ranger bullpen. Be a day where almost everybody in the bullpen might get a shot. Guys that are available anyway.
Off speed, and boy, Dominguez is looking fastball and didn't get it. Looking fastball, swinging fastball, and got the off-speed pitch. There's Neil Kotz. You would figure that unless something very bad happens in this inning, that Kotz would be the 8th inning guy today. Swing and a miss. And Dominguez is gone on strikes. Back-to-back punch-outs for Jason Frazier. That's out number 2. And Jake Elmore coming up.
You know, we talked about Jason and how well he's been throwing the ball. He's got a little more life on his fastball than he did at the beginning of the year. A couple of ticks on the radar gun. He's thrown 24 innings now and struck out 28 batters.
Yeah, another thing, Tom, we didn't see earlier in the season, and it takes more arm strength, is a little bit of cutting action on that fastball. A four-seam fastball that runs just a little bit. And, you know, until you get your arm strength back to where you need it, that ball doesn't move that much for you. Elmore, a drive to right field, but right at Nelly Cruz. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. So the leadoff single, no problem for Jason Frazier. They strand a runner. The Astros do. It's stretch time at the ballpark. 5-4 Rangers. Now please join Chuck Morgan as he introduces God Bless America.
Services both at home and around the world. Today we invite you to join in singing God Bless America with Staff Sergeant Alex Ivy.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by the all-new Mazda 6. When you change everything, you change everything. The Rangers leading 5-4 despite being out-hit 7-5. Leonis Martin starts off the bottom of the 7th against Eric Bedard. Boy, the way Bedard started off today, you didn't give much of a chance for him to be around in the 7th inning, but he has hung in there.
No, he's hanging in there. He's working slowly, but he's hanging in there.
Conserving energy.
Yeah, you know, it's a hot day. Pitcher has the right to work at his own speed, they say.
So that,
who are we to complain?
15 or 18
sure that's
seconds.
What he'd say to us.
Whatever it is in the rule book has nothing to do with it.
No. They don't enforce that.
I know it.
He might have a few defensive players who would say it if they were being totally honest, though.
Yeah. Season high back in middle of June, 104 for Bedard. He gave up 2 walks and a home run in that first inning, and boy, the way he was struggling didn't look too good for the veteran left-hander, but he has done a good job of keeping himself in the ball game, keeping his ball club in the game. Pitch is tap foul. Leonis, a single and a ground out today, so 1 for 2, and that batting average at .297. Bedard working from that extreme third base side of the pitching rubber. Got him swinging. Tied him up with a fastball, and that is strikeout number 4 for Bedard. 1 away. And the top of the order coming up, and with all right-handers coming for a while. We'll see if Bo Porter, yep, here he comes. Bo Porter on his way to the mound. He wanted Bedard to face the left-hander to start things off, and that's going to do it for Eric Bedard. So the call goes out to the bullpen. Bedard finished for the afternoon. He leaves trailing 5-4, so he can't get a win today. And unless his ball club comes back to tie or take the lead, he'll be saddled with a loss. So Bedard finished, the pitching change underway. We'll take a timeout. Be right back to your Rangers ballpark in Arlington after this on Fox Sports Southwest.
500 for Clint Hurdle.
They are really playing well. Look at that NL Central, and St. Louis just a half game back. Cincinnati 4 back. All 3 of them have won 50 or more. That is quite a division.
Yeah, you're looking at probably right now anyway, the 2 wild card teams coming out of that division. Paul Clemens, 27th game, 4-3 record. Got a lot of decisions for a reliever. Been a little bit prone to the home run. 10 home runs in 42 innings.
Now Clemens, the 25-year-old, Columbia, South Carolina, on here to face Ian Kinsler, and Ian takes a strike. Kinsler, you see, 0 for 3 today, but he did reach in the 5th inning on that error. Came around to score what, as of right now, is the go-ahead run. 1 ball and 1 strike. Clemens back to the plate, and Kinsler rips one foul. That's hooking into the lower seating area, down the left field line. Is that one of those E.T. call home things? Or what is that?
He was a walkie-talkies. The other guy doesn't know how to work it.
Yeah. His didn't come with instructions. The 1-2 pitch on the way. A little bit low. It's 2-2.
I'm sure Wash would enjoy a couple of insurance runs right here. 1-run game.
Now, the bullpen is going to be limited today, and if it works out the way it's set up right now, with Kotz throwing the 8th inning and Nathan the 9th, that's great. But if something were to happen, run that plan afoul, you're in problem. There's a base hit to left field for Kinsler. Ian stroking that right through the hole on the left side. He's aboard with a 1-out single, and now Elvis coming up. 6th hit of the afternoon for the Rangers.
He split the defense right there with that ground ball.
So Kinsler aboard. Elvis today has walked twice. He is 0 for 1 officially. Walked and scored in the 1st inning. Flied to right in the 2nd. See if Ron Washington chooses to put a play on here with the top 2 guys in the order. Clemens, a fairly quick move to first. I mentioned Ian not had the running game in very good order of late. Clemens will look at first. And the pitch fouled away down the right side. 0-1 the count to Elvis.
Well, if Elvis does want to go the other way, he's always got that big hole to shoot for with the first baseman holding the runner on, second baseman in double play area, shaded a little towards second base. Got a big hole to run a ground ball through there for a 1st and 3rd no-out situation, 1-out situation.
Now looking back, as far as Ian is concerned, he only has 1 stolen base in his last 38 ball games. Another snap throw over there. So you would figure with that in mind and how the Astros have been able to shut down the Ranger running game altogether, the hit and run would probably be in order rather than a straight steal. Kinsler stepping his lead off. Elvis Andrews back in the batter's box. Paul Clemens reading the signs. Right-hander nods in agreement, comes set. And the pitch inside. 1-1 the count. Clemens again, a long look in. There's Corcoran with the signs. Now Clemens ready. And misses low and away. It is 2-1. Bo Porter checking things out. Maybe in a slow down game. Maybe he's got his pitchers trying to ice the hitters.
Four corners.
Yeah.
Only we got the lead.
Well, it holds the score down. That's out of play down the right side. It's 2-2.
Elvis definitely trying to hit the ball the other way. Both of those balls he shot down the right field line. He's trying to hit the ball through that hole on the ground. Don't have quite the same luxury with 2 strikes. You got to get what you can get with 2 strikes.
Corcoran, toss to first. Clemens, you mentioned the other night, came over from Atlanta. Deal that sent Michael Bourne to the Braves back in the trading deadline 2011. There goes the runner from first, a ground ball, base hit to right field.
That's what we're talking about.
Kinsler's going to keep on going. He will stop at third. And Elvis a little run and hit on the 2-2 pitch. And the Rangers have runners at the corners and 1 out for Nelson Cruz.
Yeah, he had a pretty good jump. And that just made the hole even better for the second baseman over there. Got an off-speed pitch. Stayed up. A little bit easier pitch to direct that way toward right field. Well, again, a couple of men on for the middle of the order. Had the same situation back in the 5th inning. 2 men on, nobody out. Nelly Cruz drove in a run. That's all the Rangers could get. This time it's 1st and 3rd and nobody out.
They did get the 1 out. That was
oh, I'm sorry.
Bedard's.
I'm sorry, Buzz. I didn't see that at the bottom of my line.
That's okay.
Card.
I had to check myself. It was an hour and a half ago.
Got to write darker.
Strike 1 to Cruz. Nelson today 1 for 2. RBI single, driving in his 67th run of the year. That was in the 5th inning. Use that insurance that Tom was talking about. You can get this home, it really makes a big difference. Put the ball in play, stay out of the double play. 0-1 pitch from Clemens. Foul back. 0-2 the count. Cruz taking his time, getting back in the box. Clemens back up on top of the hill. Nelly 0 for 1 in his career against Paul Clemens. Now Corcoran going to go out and have a chat with him. You think as much time as these guys spend together, they could get all their talking done before this. Maybe not. Well, while we have a few moments here, let's remind you that you can play Lotto Texas with Extra for your chance to win Texas-sized jackpots. It's Texas' original jackpot game, and it's available at your favorite lottery retailer. Oh, now we're set to go again. No balls and 2 strikes to Cruz. Kinsler at third, Andrews at first. And Clemens with a shoulder high set. Big breaking ball, and he struck him out. Cruz gave up on that pitch, and you can understand why. That thing really dove down at the last minute.
It broke a little sharper than the one that Elvis rolled into right field. Came down right at the end. I think halfway it looked like it was going to be high to Nelly. And it broke right down into the strike zone. It's going to take a 2-out hit now to get an insurance run in.
Here's Beltre, 18th home run of the year, back in the third inning. That was off of Eric Bedard. Got 2 on with 2 outs here in the 7th. And ball 1 is off the outside corner. Adrian hitting at .309, exactly where he began the day. 47 RBI to go along with his 18 round trippers. Off speed, that is high. 2-0 the count. Corcoran going through all the pitches that he's aware of that Clemens has, and Clemens didn't want any of them. Now Doug Brocail going to go out and join in this conference, Corcoran and Paul Clemens.
Did you ever have a disagreement with a catcher where he wanted to call something, you wanted to throw something, and both of you wouldn't give in, and you had to talk about it out on the mound?
No, I never did.
Not quite that far?
No. No. Can't think of it.
And I don't even know if that's what happened right there. Just made me think of it.
Most of my catchers didn't want to talk to me at all anyway. That breaking ball low and outside. It's now 3-0. If that was the upshot of all that time, not real good. Could have done that 30 seconds ago. 3 balls, no strikes. Adrian probably with the green light here. Clemens to the plate. And it is a strike. Delayed call.
No problem.
Jeff
Just
Nelson.
gives a hot hitter another shot to drive in a run.
Yep. Well, 3-1 to Beltre. Clemens set. And the pitch. Chopper up the middle. Elmore, the shortstop, on across the diamond. That'll do it. Rangers get a couple of hits, but they strand a pair. We're going to the 8th inning in Arlington. It's the Rangers 5, the Astros 4 on Fox Sports Southwest.
The progressive fan of the game, it has to be Phillip. Big milestone today. Phillip, this is your 403rd consecutive game. Big Ranger fan. Let me ask you this, your most memorable moment so far this season.
Most memorable moment this year has got to be when Tom Greaves said I needed to wear a glove on my chest after I missed a foul ball hit in the Detroit series.
There we go. Well, here's the back. He's got his glove, Tom. We'll put it on his chest right there. Very good. Phillip, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Buzz.
Now, there's a guy with a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Glad he took that well. I'm just glad he had a big enough chest to where it didn't hurt.
All right, we go to the 8th inning. And
how did Noxie find that guy?
I don't know. But he does.
You know what? I think they find him.
If he's in the park, Knox will find him.
There's not one person in the park that doesn't know Noxie. And they all, not all, a lot of them want to be on TV, so they know how to find him.
Neil Cott's on for his 23rd expedition to the mound this year. And he takes the first pitch to Jose Altuve is inside. Mitch Moreland in the ball game now, taking over at first base for Robinson Chirinos. And Kotz misses high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Altuve 0 for 3 today. He's grounded out a couple times and popped out. And cuts right down the middle with that fastball. 2-1. The top three in the order: Altuve, Wallace, and Corcoran. The Rangers leading by a run here in the 8th inning. And strike 2. Cox, the 33-year-old out of Lebanon, Illinois. Back to the plate. Fouled back. Remember, the Rangers signed Neal as a free agent, brought into spring training a year ago, 2012, and he had all but made the ball club coming out of spring training. Came from being in the minor league camp to the big league camp and pretty much made the club. The base hit to left field for Altuve, with Profar playing toward the line, preventing that double. He gets the leadoff single. So 1 on, nobody out. Brett Wallace, left-handed hitting first baseman, coming up. No time now to give you the results from our AT&T Twitter poll. And do you think Dodgers outfielder Yasiel Puig deserves to be on the All-Star team? 53% of you said nope, doesn't deserve it. That's a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be.
Pretty close.
47% said sure.
He's definitely an exciting player.
Wallace 0 for 3. Cox will go to work on Altuve.
Jason Frazier gave up a leadoff hit to J.D. Martinez in the 7th inning, and then mowed down the next 3. Pitched around it without a problem.
First pitch to Wallace. Fastball right through there. It is 0-1. Red Wallace has grounded out twice and then struck out into a double play. And don't forget, coming up on Tuesday, July 16th on Fox, this year's 2013 Major League All-Star Game from Citi Field in New York. Just missed the outside corner. A ball and a strike.
The Astros have had the leadoff hitter on 5 out of the 8 innings so far.
And 3 times they've scored.
Yep.
Caught set. There's a fastball strike. 1-2. Leslie Wright, left-hander, getting ready out there in the left center field bullpen of the Astros. Gotts okays the sign. A check of Altuve at first. The 1-2 pitch. A little bit low, 2-2. AJ flashing the signs out. Now the 2-2 pitch coming. Got him swinging. Fastball up. And Wallace not up to the task. That is the first out.
He elevated it. Looked like it kind of sailed a little bit away from him, too.
So 1 gone. Now the switch hitting Carlos Corcoran will come up to turn around to hit from the right side of the plate. Corcoran 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored. Rip and a miss. It's 0-1. Corcoran led off the 4th inning by singling off the right field wall. He had a bullet out there over Nelly's head that Cruz played the carom perfectly and fired a rocket into second base. Corcoran just getting to first base by the time the ball arrived at second. Well, he didn't try to go any 0-1 the count. Corcoran out reading the signs from Dave Tremblay, the third base coach. Now the catcher back in there. There goes Altuve. The pitch is inside. The throw to second is late. Altuve swipes second. Gets himself into scoring position for Corcoran.
Hey, he swiped that one off, Neil, because AJ got rid of that ball quickly with something on it. But Altuve stole it anyway. First movement, he's gone. Quick, too. A strong throw from AJ right on the bag, but Altuve was there easily.
So 0-2, the count to Corcoran. Kotz peering in for the sign. Left-hander checks second base and to the plate. Got him swinging. Down and in, and Corcoran a strikeout. 2 away. Carlos Pena, the scheduled hitter, is being called back. And you've got Chris Carter, big right-handed hitter, coming up.
Good cutter down and in. So far the same thing as the last inning. Single, 2 strikeouts.
So with the pinch hitter Carter coming up, Mike Maddox out to talk to Kotz and Pierzynski. Well, folks, great seats are still available for the New York Yankees series, and that starts Monday, July 22nd, runs through the 25th. That's Thursday. Go to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS and get your tickets to see the Rangers take on the Bronx Bombers in Arlington. They might be a little closer to being the Bronx Bombers by the time we see them. They certainly weren't when we saw them in New York a couple weeks ago. Well, here's Chris Carter, a 226 hitter. 229 is the average for Carter. 17 home runs, 46 RBI. Prone to the strikeout, also prone to hit the ball a long way if you make a mistake. There goes Altuve to third. The pitch is high, and Altuve could have just walked in. Kotz checked him one time, and Altuve had it read pretty well. And AJ just saying, no sense even thinking about throwing down there. 1-1, the count to Carter. 1-2. Well, this crowd starting to get behind Neil Kotz now. Wanting to shut the door here in the 8th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Out of play to the right. And Kotz doing a pretty good job of staying up there where it's going to be tough for Carter to extend his arms. Keep it in, up a little bit. Again, the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fly ball, left field line into foul territory. Over there to take a look, Elvis Andrus and Jurickson Profar. And it's back 7 or 8 rows. Well, we will come back and try it again. And again, the crowd making some noise at the direction of Chuck Morgan. Kotz ready. Call strike 3. throws him like last week's ice cube. That's going to do it. 3 consecutive strikeouts after the leadoff single. Astros are gone, and we have finished 7.5. 5-4 Texas.
Here at the Captain Morgan Club, we are getting ready for Rangers Live, presented by Esurance. John Radigan here. Mark McLemore will join me. We'll bring you lots of post-game reaction. We'll hear from Ron Washington and probably Joaquin Soria as well, who had a pretty nice debut today. Also, Manny Ramirez had a press conference in advance of his game in Round Rock tonight. That comes your way on Rangers Live, presented by Esurance, immediately following this game, guys.
All right, John, thank you. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Wesley Wright, 28-year-old left-hander, on to face A.J. Pierzynski. First pitch is a little bit low for ball 1.
And Wesley Wright has had a workout in the first half. This will be his 42nd game.
A.J. gets fisted with that fastball right in on the knuckles. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. A.J. today, 1 for 3. That big 3-run home run in the first inning. Also struck out and flied into a double play. Right back to the plate. Hits the outside corner. It's 1-2. Right out of Goshen, Alabama. Originally signed by the Los Angeles Dodgers. 7th round selection back in the 2003 draft by LA. Another squirter foul. That was off the fist, and AJ's going to have to go get a new piece of lumber. Astros got Wright from the Dodgers, a Rule 5 pick in December of 2007. And a very valuable left-hander coming out of that bullpen. The 1-2 pitch coming. Now 2-2. Wright's always been a kind of a left-handed specialist in that a lot of appearances, but very few innings. Last year, he was out there 77 times, but only had 52 innings of work. Got him swinging. So A.J. down on strikes. That's how the Ranger 8th begins. And it'll bring up Jurickson Profar. Profar drew a walk his last time up, then was caught stealing. Jurickson 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Breaking ball from Wright and dips in over the inside corner for strike 1. Profar hitting a .248. Wright reading the signs. Left-hander says, okay. 1-1. Profar, so far this year, as you look at Jose Cisnero loosening in the Houston bullpen, but Profar has had much more success as a left-handed hitter this year. 216 from the right side, 270 from the left side. Takes that for a strike, and it's 1-2. Right comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Nasty breaking ball down and in, and Profar strikes out for the second time today. And Wright has struck out both hitters he has faced. 2 gone. David Murphy coming up.
A lot of strikeouts by both bullpens today. Clemens had a strikeout. Wright's had a couple of strikeouts. Kotz had 3. Frazier had 2. Corey Burns had a strikeout. Rangers have had 4 relievers each pitch an inning. 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 6 strikeouts so far. Joe Nathan is warmed up and ready to come in.
David Murphy takes strike 1. Murph, a single, a walk, and a strikeout. There's Joe getting ready out there in that bullpen for the Rangers. 0-1 pitch, and Murphy pops it up. Shallow left field. On comes Cruz, still coming on, and he makes the catch, and that will do it. Rangers 3 up, 3 down in the 8th inning. We're going to the 9th. It's Nathan time at Ranger Ballpark in Arlington. 5-4 Texas. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealer. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. By AT&T UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. And by Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. Now a crowd of 36,746 on hand here today to watch the final home game for the Rangers prior to the All-Star break. And they are going to get treated to an All-Star in the 9th inning for the Rangers. That would be the closer, Joe Nathan.
Well, Joe's got all-star numbers, that's for sure. Better than all-star numbers. This will be his 40th game, so he's pitched a lot. He's only had 1 blown save. His ERA is 1.43. Good strikeout to walk ratio. Opponent's batting average 156. And you can analyze how he's thrown all you want, but when you look at the numbers, that's one of his best first halves ever.
And the first pitch to Mark Krause. Here's a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1.
I think the one thing, Buzz, that Joe continues to show is he knows how to pitch.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
He doesn't have just one way of getting you out. He's got a lot of different ways to get you out. And the other thing he's got the mentality and the confidence of a closer, too.
Looking for his 29th save in 30 opportunities. 1-1 pitch. Rip and a miss. It's 1-2. And you can tell by some of the swings guys have against him, there's still enough deception there and enough doubt in the hitter's mind when he's trying to pick the ball up that it plays into Nathan's hands.
Yeah. And he's still got plenty of fastball. It's usually 92, and occasionally he'll reach back and find 94, 95 if he wants to.
Just missed the outside corner. That at 93. That evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Krause today hit a 2-run home run way back in the 2nd inning. Since then has grounded out and fly to left field. Nathan back to the plate. Foul back. Had to work that slider in, and Krause did a pretty good job of spoiling it. Nathan got his 28th save here 3 days ago against the Seattle Mariners. Gave up a hit, had a couple of strikeouts. Now looking to add number 29 here this afternoon. Got him swinging.
Fooled him with an off-speed pitch. One of those pitches, Krause might have thought it was going to break a little more than it did. It stayed up and fooled him. And Joe gets a strikeout. 4 straight strikeouts for the Ranger relievers.
The old backup slider.
Yeah, it did back up. Ended up being out of the strike zone, and when it's got that spin on it, you think it's going to spin down and towards you. Just never did it. That's a pitch, boy. If you could perfect that pitch, you'd have a great pitch, wouldn't you?
I think Joe's perfected it. I really do. I think he's learned how to throw it. Learned how to throw everything else. There's a rip and a miss from J.D. Martinez. It is 0-1. Well, we've talked about Nathan over the last couple of years since he has been the closer about how well he uses all 4 pitches when necessary. He'll only throw 2 different pitches for most of his saves. But he has 4 in his pocket if he ever needs it.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen at his age. But he's got the kind of stuff that he could start. He could be a starting pitcher with the stuff that he has.
He could. 0-2 to J.D. Martinez. Martinez, a perfect day. He is 3 for 3, and he takes outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Martinez has singled all 3 times at the plate. Twice to center, once to right. Ranger outfield playing very deep in a no doubles alignment. Nathan to the wind, the 1-2 pitch. Tried to get into chase up high and couldn't do it. Well, back on the road tomorrow. AT&T Uverse showing you that tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, right here on Fox Sports Southwest. We'll be in Camden Yards in Baltimore. Rangers start a 4-game series against the Orioles. Derek Holland and our old friend Scott Feldman are the principals in that. Just a few-shot foul.
Hopefully Scott won't be quite as hard on the Ranger hitters as he was earlier this year when he was pitching for the Cubs. He had an excellent game against the Rangers.
One up there at Wrigley Field just really shut him down.
Yeah. That's a good acquisition by the Orioles. They got Scott at a time when he's throwing the ball extremely well.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez waiting. Nathan, a slight nod into the wind. Foul back.
Pulled an Adrian Beltre right there. Tried to go down on one knee and hit that ball.
There are a few guys around that I know that wouldn't appreciate that. They're a pitcher. Nathan not being one of them in this particular spot. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Couldn't get him to chase that one. It's high. And the count has gone full now to Martinez.
Yeah, that was one of those fastballs that Joe had a little extra at 94 miles an hour. Tried to throw the high fastball by him. Martinez laid off it.
Well, we'll see what Nathan comes up with here on the 3-2 pitch. Payoff delivery. Sky to center field. Leonis Martin back a couple of steps, now in a couple of steps. That is out number 2. I have to ask Joe on the, you see him on the plane tonight. What did you say to Martinez when he ran by you after you flight out? I can only imagine something to the effect of, next time you better stand up after you swing.
Well, tough out right here. Looks like Jason Castro is going to pinch hit for Brandon Barnes. Barnes has been a tough out himself, but Castro's got that power factor.
But Castro, who had that big 3-run home run last night, it was the game winner. That was off of Robbie Ross in the 7th inning of last night's ball game. Pinch hit with 2 outs, bases empty in the 9th inning. Big breaking ball, and that drops in for strike 1. Castro 0 for 2 against Nathan. Just missed the outside corner. Joe just getting loose now. That's another 94-mile-an-hour fastball down there.
Well, Joe's worried about the bullpen being overworked. Joe's thriving with a lot of work. He's getting stronger.
The 1-1 pitch. 2-1.
Well, in a 1-run game, this is a guy you have to be careful with.
Yep.
We've got Dominguez up next, who no slight to him, but Castro's the more dangerous hitter.
Nathan back to the plate. Tap foul, and it's 2-2. Well, the crowd now on their feet. 36,000 strong. They are cheering for Joe Nathan to rack up the save number 29. Get the Rangers to 51 wins. Keep pace with the victorious Athletics in the AL West. Castro into the box. Nathan reading the sign. Into the wind. The 2-2 pitch is high and away. And for the second straight hitter, now Nathan has gone to a full count. Interesting guessing game here with Castro, a pretty good fastball hitter and a catcher. So he's thinking along with Nathan and Pierzynski. Payoff pitch. Popped him up. But this comes down. Castro's out. Elvis there makes the catch, and that'll do it. Ron Washington, a congratulatory hug for Jackie Moore, the handshake for Mike Maddox. Joe Nathan saved number 29, and the Rangers win 2 out of 3 from Houston and finish a 5-4 homestand as they get ready to embark on a 7-game week-long road trip to Baltimore and Detroit prior to the All-Star game. Well, the Rangers now defeating Bo Porter's club for the 7th time in 9 meetings, and here was the last out.
No, it was an excellent job by the bullpen. 5 bullpen pitchers, Burns, Soria, Fraser, Kotz, and Nathan, all pitched an inning. As a group, they gave up 2 hits, no walks, and struck out 7 in 5 innings. So they had to do a lot of work today, 5 bullpen innings, but it was pretty much flawless. And the Rangers needed that because it was a 1-run game all the way.
Yep. So 5-4 the final. Rangers 5 runs on 7 hits. The Astros 4 runs on 8 hits. Rangers a couple of errors, and they both came in that one defensive disastrous inning of the 5th inning. Astros 1 error led to a Ranger run that provided the difference in the ballgame as Ian Kinsler got aboard via an error and scored the 5th and winning run. Oh, now let's, after this win, let's go down to the field where Rick Renner is standing by. Rick?
Thank you, guys. So many storylines in this one. I don't think there's anything better than the story about this guy right here, Joakim Soria. First game for you in 2 years coming back from Tommy John surgery. You had a 1-2-3 inning. Tell me about what all that felt like.
Oh, I feel awesome. I mean, I've been working really hard for this time, and I was glad to be here back, and thanks God I'm back, and it feels great to help this team to win.
You know, all that work down at Surprise, Arizona, it's all worth it today, isn't it?
Of course, it's worth it. Every single day I spend over there, every single spring, everything is worth it now. I mean, I have an inning today, and hopefully we got the championship.
Was there ever a moment that you doubted yourself and doubted whether you'd come back?
No way. I always have the support of my family, and be with my family, and they support me so well, and be with in the name of God, and I know that I can come back, and now I'm here.
How welcoming have the Rangers been to you?
A lot. I mean, there's amazing guys in here. We got a really good chemistry here, and I love it. I love it in here.
You feel like you got 2 stoppers with you and Joe Nathan, the All-Star?
Well, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best anytime, and if it looks like that way, I mean, it's great.
Congratulations, welcome back. We'll send it back upstairs to Pleasant Time.
All right, Rick, thank you. Now the Rangers wrap up another series win, 2 out of 3 over the Astros, 5-4 the final here, and we'll be back to Rangers Ballpark to wrap things up. John and Mac will be doing the honors on the wrap-up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest.